Welcome back, guys. Kamusta kayo? Welcome. Nandito na naman kami ulit for another live stream. So we had like a 1 week of like a sort of not naman rest, but we actually recalibrated our live streams, and now we are back for another live stream. So and this our first live stream after that 1 week break. We're going to be talking about something that's very, I think, relatable to a lot of people who are looking for work or trying to shift from one career or one job to the other. I'll be interviewing someone, or we'll be having someone, a guest who's going to be sharing us more of these things. So even before the pandemic, some have people have problems looking for work. So what if we tell you, if we found a group that actually helps you create, a mindset that's very, very useful for job searching. So, and this is actually called Metamorphosis Group, or MG. Initial sila. It's a digital and a remote and tech-enabled career development and empowerment firm offering services for the betterment of job seekers and career explorers, career changers, and of course, aspiring entrepreneurs like us. So they help find the new and more meaningful opportunities in their careers. So our guest for tonight is actually Miss Danica Octa. She started out the Metamorphosis Group, uh, Group 2, way back 2 years ago, tama, 2 years ago, with just only one client. Ngayon, malaki na yung negosyo. Yay! So they're not just helping people, but they're actually helping people find the ideal career for them. So yeah, without further ado, let us introduce Miss Danica Octa. Hi, Miss Danica. Kamusta po?
Hi, can you
Good
hear
evening, good
me?
evening. Yes, we can
Yes,
hear you pretty well. Can you hear
yes,
us
good
naman?
evening. Yes, thanks for having me here.
We're honored na we're honored to have you. Ang dami kong tanong kasi 'di ba, ang dami ngayon, especially during the time of the, I think last week may nag-tweet 'di ba about the job.
Oo nga.
Kung magkano ba talaga 'yan, no? Magkano ba talaga ang babayaran na ganyan. So anyway, that's the reason why I think Dave was interested, eh. So mamaya pag-usapan natin 'yan. Pag-usapan natin yung yung ang tawag dito, yung issue na 'yan.
All
Kung issue
right,
ba
all
talaga siya.
right.
Ayan, sige. But
Yes.
But before anything else, kasi hindi ko pa masyadong alam yung background ng Metamorphosis Group. Hindi pa natin alam kung hindi pa nila kayo kilala. Maganda siguro ipakilala muna natin ng isa't isa. So, Miss
Okay.
Danica, introduce yourself. Uy, may paano talaga, no?
Okay, so thank you so much for that. Hey everyone. My name is Danica Octa and I'm the president and CEO of Metamorphosis Group. So, yes, career coaching firm kami. We do all of these career development and empowerment stuff. Um, we usually market ourselves as an end-to-end employability and employment solution. So that means hindi lang kami nandito to educate our clients how to develop their careers. If talagang ready na sila, we connect them as well to opportunities like companies want to hire them or if they want to do business, um, other brands who want to collaborate with them.
Yeah.
So, so those are the things we do, right? And to give you a background as well, I started this out of the blue. Parang I was an HR professional, and parang one day I stumbled on a life coaching online course, and I decided to enroll in it, and here we are, right? Nagkaroon na ng career coaching, right? So yun, that's how it happened until now. And now we are catering to more than 1,000 clients,
Wow, ang
both here and
dami.
abroad. Yes, and we've
Grabe, ang
also
dami.
yeah we've connected ourselves with big brands here in the Philippines as well, like Microsoft, Zalora, Inquirer. Mga yan, we connected to them as well. Very big growth, especially this pandemic. Regardless of the pandemic, very big growth. So that's who we are. Yeah. Thanks for giving me that screen time.
Oh no. Oo naman. I think maganda naman para makilala nila, at least at the end of the day, it's like we're all here helping each other out, especially during this time of, the this global pandemic, and maganda ring way na makahanap for people who are going to be watching this again or watching now, maganda ring way na makatulong ito, na makahanap sila ng paraan, no? If they
Yes.
considering a career change or they're considering like starting their career as a let's say pagka-graduate mo as a student, pag hindi ka sigurado sa ano, madami ngayon kasi hindi sure anong gustong gawin sa buhay. Baka
That's right.
ito yung kasi daming uncertainty, 'di ba? Hindi mo rin alam anong mangyayari now. So maganda rin na opportunity for people to get to meet you and get to meet and guided accordingly.
That's right. I have so much to share in this one
Yan,
hour
kaya
we
madami
have
tayong
right now.
kwentuhan.
Yes.
Pero nilalagyan ko lang sandali ng background music kasi may message ako ni Dave. Dave, ay Gian, lagyan mo na ng background music kasi may ako in charge pala ng background music. So para hindi masyadong hindi masyadong boring ang ating kwentuhan. Pero nagmoblema ako paano ko gaayusin. Sige. So sige lang. Ituloy na lang muna natin ating kwentuhan. Mamaya ko na papablahin to. Siguro si Dave.
No
Dave ka muna.
problem.
Sige, ano yung next natin? How did you start off with How did you start Metamorphosis Group?
Yes. So like I said, I just studied an online course muna and then I did it freelance. Yun muna yun eh. Freelance
Oo.
muna ako nun. Tapos, yes, you're right. It started with one client muna and then dumami ng dumami, no? I was employed pa rin while I was a career coach. So, MG existed already under a different name. May Metamorphosis pa rin, pero hindi pa masyadong established, but because it was just me, right? And I was employed as a recruiter. Then, when the pandemic happened, everyone freaked out. Okay, what will happen to the recruitment industry? So, nawalan ako ng trabaho noong pandemic. Tapos doon na-realize ko, okay, sad ako. So, syempre, I mean, I'll be lying if I said I didn't cry or that I wasn't sad. I got sad. And then I moped a bit. And then na-realize ko, wait lang. Why don't I give myself a job? Yun ang naisip ko one day. Why don't I give myself a job? Kasi I made a job. I mean, I turned it into a business and now it's an organization. Now I'm giving people jobs. So that's how it grew into what it is now. But the vision is what's important, right? The purpose of this company. I
Yeah.
really started this kasi to me, naniniwala kasi ako na parang ang daming potential ng mga tao pero what's holding them back is their belief systems. May mga limiting beliefs sila. I don't call it wrong beliefs. I call it limiting beliefs kasi it's beliefs that don't work for them is making them hold back. And
Madami
also
akong ganyan. Ako madami ganyan. Baka pwede tayo mag-coaching ngayon.
baka kayo
Live coaching, guys. Manood kayo ng live coaching
may
on how
sample na. Oo.
sample
So
kay Miss
yun.
Danica.
So yun, those are the things, eliminating limiting beliefs and reframing how they see situations because that's the only way para ma-empower sila to move forward. Yun yung pinaka-value proposition namin.
Madalas ba yan? Madalas ba yan sa mga napapansin mo nowadays? Or ano siya, is it a common thing or it just became common because of what's happening now with the global pandemic? Like, yung nangyari sa Pilipinas?
No, matagal na yan. Matagal
Matagal
na
na
matagal na may limiting beliefs yung mga tao. Pati, limiting mindsets, no? Matagal na yan. For example, you know how people say na technology is gonna take over jobs? And then they're
like
now
yung
they're
mga
so
AI,
afraid.
di ba usually mga AI, kinakatakutan ng mga tao, usually may mga AI na na parang,
Oo.
uy, mawalan tayo ng trabaho pag naging evolve na yung mga computers, mga ganyan.
Oo, sabi nga nila yan, di ba? So, that in itself is actually a limiting belief. So, kita mo yung belief na yan, dati pa yan eh. Kahit pa walang pandemic, naniniwala na yung mga tao dyan. Pero, nadala siya until now, that in itself is a limiting belief. You know why that's a limiting belief?
Wait, hindi ko alam bakit. Ano ba? Why is it a limiting belief?
So, it's a limiting belief because nangyari na to dati. And you still think na technology is gonna take us over completely. Here's an example. Noong 1900s, did you know that selling ice was one of the most lucrative industries in the world? Alam mo ba yan? Magbenta ka lang ng yelo, ang yaman mo na.
Eh?
Oo, magbenta
Nagbebenta
ka lang
lang,
ng...
lagi ko na nakita sa labas ng mga bahay. Yan, ice for sale. Yan, ayan.
Yun, ginagawa pa ng negosyo yun ngayon. Pero dati, mas malaki yung pera ng magbenta ng ice. Alam mo bakit? It's because walang ref and freezers before.
Mainit. Oo, tama. Gets,
Ah,
gets, gets, gets.
walang ref and freezer before, so hina-harvest pa nila yun sa lake.
Oo.
Tapos, isipin mo pa paano nila ini-store yun. Napakamahal ng materials para lang ma-keep yun cold and not sticking around with other ice, di ba?
Yeah.
And then, nung 1950s, tingnan mo ice harvesting was a job, di ba? Tapos biglang nung 1950s, na-invento yung ref and yung freezer, nawala na yung ice harvesting as a job. Di ba? Nakakatakot yun kasi it happened before, it could happen now. But what's the silver lining? The silver lining is that nung nawala yung ice harvesting job in demand, nagkaroon ng bagong jobs. It's engineering. Engineering of refs and freezers. So what's the moral of the story? If technology takes over our old jobs, we create new jobs that are higher level. Diba? So,
wait, may ano ako dyan. Like, I think maganda siguro ganito natin issue natin. Ay, masyadong malaki. Ganito na lang. Feeling ko, alam ko na kung bakit. Kasi nga, humans are capable of evolving. Like, we're not stagnant by nature. We don't get stagnant by nature. So, tama siguro yung, sinabi mo kanina na, yung jobs also are changes. Kahit napalitan siya, nagiging more.
Yes, nag-a-advance siya, nag-evolve yung jobs. Kasi yun naman talaga yung goal na parang yung mga menial or mga maliliit na task, let technology take over that. Para we as human beings will assume higher jobs para mag-evolve tayo as a human race. Yun yung entire point doon. Kaya tayo gumagawa ng AI para yung mga maliliit na jobs, sila na lang gagawa tayo. Let's assume higher level jobs para mag-advance tayo even more.
Totoo.
O, diba?
Like yung pwede natin pumunta na ibang planet, mga ganun type.
Yung mga ganun. Or, pwede tayo mag-time travel, although it's not really easy to comprehend right now. Pero, you're open to that if only yung current things we're doing right now is being done by automated technology.
That's true. Kasi that actually limits as well ourselves, because if we always constantly think that's actually just our magiging frame of mind. Tama, no? Makes sense. Galing talaga. Kaya pala Metamorphosis Group nag-change ko. Ngayon palang usapan namin, nagbabago na yung mindset ko. Natutuwa ako kasi but tama ka nga no, this whole idea of limiting beliefs actually made me think na dahil kasi siguro sa existing circumstances mo, hindi mo rin nakikita kasi what's gonna happen in the future. May tendency ka na baka ito lang. So you don't really try out something new or parang go out of that. Or parang, kumbaga madaming pintuan pero ayaw maibuksan yung pintuan na yun kasi nga hindi ka sure kung ano mangyayari sa kabila ng pintuan. Baka humil pala yan. Okay, gets.
Yes, actually, ako, I'm a believer. I mean, people don't need to believe what I believe, no? Pero I'm a believer na people are actually born to want to learn more about life, to advance, to discover the unknown. As in, naniniwala ko doon. And I can see it sa mga job seekers and sa mga employees right now. Bakit pag masyado ng repetitive yung job or masyado ng meaningless, ayaw na nila? Diba? Naghahanap sila ng meaning.
Bakit nga ganun? Kasi napansin ko rin yung sarili ko. Like, I have ADHD. So that's one of my, it's a good and a bad thing. I think in a sense, it's a good thing kasi nga, when I become hyper-focused on something, I can easily finish an activity or a task, or I can easily get better at one thing. But the bad thing about it is that once I learned it gets boring already kasi wala na siyang thrill of learning.
That's right.
Wala na yung process. Yung learning curve ko, naabot ko na. Parang okay na. So, what's next?
That's right. Pati mga ibang tao ganun din. Ganun din nafi-feel nila kaya mabilis sila ma-bore and they say, "Ganito lang ba 'yon? Paulit-ulit lang ba 'to?" Bakit?
Oo nga,
When they
bakit nga?
lose, 'di ba?
Bakit nga?
When they lose their sense of purpose, nawawalan sila ng motivation. Kasi at the end of the day, what people don't know when they're pursuing a career is that you're pursuing a career because you're solving a problem in society. You have the solution, you provide it in society to solve those problems. Ngayon, what people don't understand, bakit ba tayo kailangan mag-solve palagi ng problems? Well, we're solving problems primarily because we want to improve the quality of our lives. That's the missing ingredient sa mga tao kaya hindi nila na-realize bakit natin 'to ginagawa lahat. Hindi naman tayo nagtatrabaho para lang magtrabaho or para lang kumita and tapos na. We're doing all of this so we can advance as a society to have a better quality of life.
Yan, sinulat ko na. Para
Wow,
matandaan ng
wow nga.
manonood. Actually, I think that's what we forget, and I think that's the reason why magiging frustrated din ako. Like for example, ako nagiging frustration ko rin. Parang pag walang nangyayari at wala kang natutulungan, mas ayaw mong tuloy yung trabaho na ginagawa mo.
That's right.
Pero hindi
Pagka
naman lahat ng tao kasi ganun. Parang naniniwala kasi ako dun sa yung Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Parang you have to reach a certain point rin na okay ka na, kumakain ka na, hatulog ka, may place ka na,
totoo
kapitirahan,
yan.
bago mo isipin yung mga bagay-bagay na ganyan.
Tama, oo. Well, it still applies, no? You're still solving a problem. It's not just a society's problem, it's your own. Actually, ngayong sinasabi ko nga sa mga tao, pag hindi nyo pa kayang alagaan sarili nyo, wag nyo muna isipin yung ibang tao. Take care of yourself. And what I also told, di ba,
Parang love lang yan, ah.
Oo nga,
Bakit ka magka-jowa kung di ka muna,
Ito pa yung nakakatawa pag naniniwala talaga yung mga tao na this is pattern to love, no? What I tell people is, self-love is a public service. That's what I tell people. Taking care of yourself is a public service. Kasi kung di mo kayang gawin yun sa sarili mo, hindi mo magawa sa ibang tao, o, di ba?
Totoo. Kasi nga, paano mo maalagaan ang iba kung di mo kaya alagaan ang sarili mo? Kung madami ka pang hang up sa buhay. Lahat pala connected,
diba?
No? Lahat pa naman connected sa dami,
Kaya nga di ba discuss tayo earlier na career coaching is also life coaching. It's connected to life. Oo.
Ang ganda. Actually, natutuwa nga ako kasi na parang I think at the end of the day, like for example, when I talk to many of or the people that I meet, madaming madaming mga wild yung mga pangarap, like big dreams eh. Pero when and I'm one of them, actually I'm one of them, not exempting myself from that, but napansin ko lang is that madaling ka mawalan ng motivation and gana, or hindi mo ma-push yung sarili mo to to achieve those dreams or achieve that kind of mindset. Parang personally nahihirapan ako. Lagi kong struggle yan. Parang may cycle na napapansin ko na, ganito lagi, ito na naman, bababa ka na naman, okay ka na naman, bababa ka na naman. Madalas ba yun, like when you do coaching, like you see people, like I'm not saying that, I'm actually asking more of the people that you are coaching who are stable or who have parang okay sila sa buhay, pero ganun pa rin yung kanilang mindset.
Kasi hindi nila alam saan sila pupunta. Yun yung nangyayari sa kanila. It's like they don't know what's next. It's like this, no? Let's say, for example, nung students pa tayo, have you ever experienced na nung student tayo, wala pa tayo nung sense of being lost noon. Kasi ang alam natin, pag natapos natin lahat ng to, nag-graduate tayo. Parang feeling na tao yun yung end goal. Tapos nung natapos na yun, wala na. Ano nang end goal mo? Hindi mo na alam. So people feel lost kahit na they have everything. It's really they feel lost because they don't know what the end goal is. What they don't realize is that pag tapos na yung school, nobody's telling you what to do anymore. You decide what your end goal is. Usually yung end goal mo, yun yung mga problems you want to solve na very, very close to your heart. Yun yung mga yun. For example, maybe close to your heart yung unemployment. So gagawan mo ng paraan para mabawasan yung unemployment. Maybe you wanna be a politician. Maybe you wanna be an entrepreneur, gawa ka ng mga trabaho. Maybe you wanna be a teacher, turuan mo yung mga students para maging competent sila enough and makakuha sila ng diploma. Yung mga ganon. So, so
Oh.
as you can see, yung problem mo, yun lang naman yung important eh. What problem do you wanna solve? And then all the jobs in the market can apply to solving that. Hindi naman, I mean, yung mga tao kasi very limited sila to their course. Hindi naman kailangan. Whatever solution they see that can solve the problem that they wanna solve, yun yung titingnan nila palagi as the job that they want. I mean, sobrang complex na. Pero you get my point.
Pero no, I get it. I think that's parang mas ngayon, napansin ko lang ngayon, like for example, when I talk to Sina Dave or the other people in the team, parang you can actually see that also, that yearning from students who are not yet graduating, parang wala pa nga sila, parang 2 years down the line pa sila graduate, but nakita mo na talaga that that's actually one of their driving concerns, is that what
What
it's more of
now?
a societal, what now, and then what societal problem they actually want to contribute and solve in the
Uh-uh.
future, no? So they have the and it's kind of
Uh-uh.
inspiring rin ako. I get inspired by it, that kasi ako siguro yung bata ko, naisip ko lang saan ako kakain, saan ang babaw ng mga rason ko lang.
Pero actually, matagal na yan, yung concept of finding the problem you wanna solve and making it your life goal. Matagal na yan. Kasi companies itself, that's the reason why they exist. So yung
That's
companies, hindi
true.
naman sila magtatagal kung hindi sila nagsosolve ng problem. Kasi kung hindi sila nagsosolve ng problem, wala nang bibili ng mga products and services nila kasi kontento na yung mga tao, di ba? So these companies exist pa rin until now because they solve a problem. People who join them sometimes know what problem these companies are solving, kaya sila sumasama. Pero what I also realize is that sa sobrang complex ng mga companies minsan, people tend to forget ano ba talaga yung purpose ng company na to? Bakit ba sila nag-e-exist? That's where people get lost when they forget ano ba yung purpose and goal and vision ng isang company or nila themselves. Once that's lost, that's when they completely get lost as well.
So you're saying that this is actually like an issue of not knowing what you want to happen in life, parang not knowing your purpose. Like
Well,
majority, can you parang it's like summarized like that.
well, people don't 100% not know their purpose. They need to be in touch with it lang. Kasi if nawawala yung touch nila doon, they do get lost. Oo.
Wow, ako gets, parang napaka-timely ng mga usapan natin, no. Parang ako gusto ko rin ganyan gusto ko rin ganyan i-reframe yung mindset ko on such a, kasi kami we're part of the travel industry and travel tourism
Ah,
industry. And of course, obviously for obvious reasons, you cannot do that at this point in our history, no, because of what's happening, no. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you stop believing in what you want to happen, at least in the future. So you basically prepare. But sometimes nakaka-bother lang minsan na parang nakakapagod yung parang parang hindi mo alam kasi napaka-uncertain na nangyayari. Hindi mo alam kung itutuloy mo pa o hindi.
oo nga. Marami nga factors to consider before pursuing something. Pero what I tell people is, kung may gusto kang i-pursue, check your available resources. Kasi market conditions affect your resources, your time, your energy, your stability, your sanity, your money, the people you know. All of these things actually matter so that you get to pursue something. Kasi kung kulang ka nun, you might not get the exact opportunity you want. Ito pa pala yung concept na gusto ko i-introduce, no? People think that to actually start a business or to actually succeed in a career is enough na yung intellect or credentials or money. Feel nila enough yun. When actually in reality, sobrang importante kung sinong kilala mo. Kung ano yung relationship mo with the people you know. That actually contributes a lot in your success. Kasi, of course, it's only natural if you start a business as wala kang friends. Who's gonna buy your cookies? Kunwari ganun, diba? Or, if you want to start a business pero you don't know how to grow it kasi you don't have enough money, where are you gonna find your investors? Diba?
So
So
ano
it's
siya
just
like
like that.
networking is a very important,
Yes, in
lalagyan
our that's right.
networking is
Networking is
important.
important. Yes. That's actually true lalo na sa bansa natin. So sa ibang bansa kasi um mas madaling makipag-friend sa mga stranger doon. You just walk up to someone in a lobby, you say hi, hey, ganyan, whatever. Okay lang, normal yun sa kanila. Dito sa Pilipinas, pag may hinay ka sa lobby, mabu-weirded out sila sa'yo. Sino ka? 'Di ba? Kasi that's our
Oo,
culture.
sobra ganyan. Oo,
Oh,
sobra ganyan dito.
so that's our culture. So how do you actually, you know, connect with people here in the Philippines? You have to attend to networking events. You have to build relationships from people in your school. Sa alumni, if you were an alumni of your school, you go back and make friends with the people you met there. Or maybe yung family mo knows someone. Yung mga ganyan. Ang nakakatawa nga, okay, sure, these things are valuable for your success. Pero in the Philippines, napaka-expensive to have people. I mean,
Expensive.
expensive na kasi yung hindi mo man lang malapitan yung taong katabi mo sa food court. Or
Hindi kasi
expensive na rin,
nakakahiya kaya.
oo nga, expensive nga yun. Which means, if you have the opportunity to meet people for your success, wag mo bitawan kasi it's hard to get that. Kaya nga yung ibang tao, they have to pay big money para lang makipag-friends or mag-meet ng professional network. Sa LinkedIn, magbabayad ka ng $60 per month para lang may makilala kang new people, para mapansin ka nila. Mga networking events, you have to pay 1,000 to one event just to meet people. You have to pay the Rotary 50,000 para lang may ma-meet kang mga specific kinds of people. Meeting people in the Philippines is expensive. And if you got the opportunity to get it for free, wag mo nang pakawalan yan. Kasi
Wow.
those kinds of people, can bring you success. I mean, I'm not saying na maging user ka. Pero it's a mutually beneficial relationship. You be friends with them, they bring you success, and you can also bring them success. That's the relationship here in the Philippines. Very important siya.
Alam mo na natuwa ako niya kasi parang it's just like a reaffirming what we're doing now in Experience Philippines kasi we're trying to do this like in live streams. Ito, we're connecting with
Mm-mm.
individuals like you and we've been doing it since like the end of February until now. So
Mm.
may mga mag 2 months na rin na ginagawa and every day meron kaming activity like this. And we took true enough though actually we've connected with I would have never imagined myself connecting with all these people and it's actually for free like the connection that we make the interviews and it lumawak aside from lumawak in network lumawak yung understanding ko of certain industries and
Yes.
what drives people like certain individuals are so motivated and super passionate about their projects na parang nakaka-inspire sila na ganun sila ka-focus like
Oo.
yung mga especially yung mga nasa conservational
Oo.
industry yung mga
Oo.
environmental grabe nila dedication
Oo.
grabe dedication
And it took a lot of time and effort to develop that passion. Diba?
Totoo.
And that makes it that makes it expensive. I'm
Tama
not
naman
saying it's all
talaga.
about money. Oh, it's not all about money. It's all about what kind of resources did you give up to get connections. And
Yan.
it's just like that. That's why it's important. So if ever you have a network, take care of them because they can take care of you as well.
So yan, do not burn bridges rin, ibig sabihin. Like,
Mm-mm.
always keep
Oo.
your relationships like,
Tama.
kahit na ano mangyari, always maintain good working relationships with everyone. O nga naman, kasi nga naman at the end of the day, even though it doesn't work now, you don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Kasi nga, it might be a connection that you're gonna be making 2
In the
years,
future.
3 years, 5 years down the line. You will never know. No?
Yung
Kaya
tipong merong
ang
kang
ganda ng usapan na to. Parang dami kong ang daming
daming
light
big
bulb
brain
moment.
energy.
Like really good, really good. Ang sarap, ang
Oo.
sarap. I think dapat pwede ka siguro namin invite maging regular co-host na lang sa
Pwede naman.
ang saya nito, ang saya. So anyway, balik tayo sa kasi parang nire-remind nila ako na balik tayo sa topic rin. Madami na akong tanong nagsisegue. Madali ako ma-segue talaga. Pero during
Oo.
this time, I think isa sa mga gusto malaman ng mga tao is like how was employment affected during this pandemic? Obvious for many obvious reasons, like alam natin na madami nawalan ng trabaho. Like especially sa travel and tourism industry, sa mga restaurant, madami nagsarado na yung basta anything that has yung madaming taong pumapasok. Mall, wala na masyado pumapasok sa mall ngayon. Yung kaibigan ko, nagtayo siya, nakakabukas lang. Hindi pa nga nagbubukas yung mall, hindi pa nagbubukas yung store niya. Parang wala pa yatang 1 month, isang linggo, nagsinarado na niya dahil
Oo nga.
wala siyang
Oo
choice.
nga. Oo nga. Well, how was employment affected during the pandemic? We went back to square one nung nag-pandemic na. What do I mean by that? The entire point nga, di ba, of jobs is because people who get hired have a solution that the company has a problem for. As in, may problem yung company and they're hiring people to solve those problems. Bumalik tayo sa ganong thinking. Kasi dati, hiring was just, feel ko kailangan ko mag-hire nito. Okay, let's hire. Tapos yung mga recruiters parang, so what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Then the recruiter secretly doesn't listen. Pero mukhang cute naman kasi yung candidate. Mukhang magaling naman magsalita. Hindi ko alam kung magaling, ganyan. O sige, hire na natin yan. Dati it was just so carefree. Carefree tayo kasi the economy was doing well. Napaka-carefree natin sa job seeking and recruitment. Pero ngayon, people are more careful. So, that's what I said na bumalik tayo sa zero. Now, recruiters are asking the questions about what kind of value can you deliver to our company? Such as, kaya mo bang tulungan kaming mag-increase ng revenue namin? Or kaya mo bang i-reduce yung cost namin kasi dami naming gastos para naman madagdagan pera namin? Or kaya nyo bang i-increase yung stakeholder value ko? If the candidate or the job seeker can assume 1, 2, or 3 of those, then they are of value. Yun ang tinitingnan ng recruiters ngayon or ng mga employers ngayon. Kaya mo ba? Kasi kailangan ko yun eh. Kailangan ko na dagdagan yung pera ko. Kailangan ko na madagdagan yung mga taong pwedeng maging stakeholder namin. Kasi kung hindi, my company will end. Yun yung thinking nila. And for the other job seekers na hindi na umasa sa employment kasi napaka-cutthroat na niya during that time. Although ngayon, hindi na masyadong cutthroat.
So ngayon sila job street na problema maghanap ng mga tao? Or madami naghahanap, yumaman sila ngayon?
Si Job Street. Okay. Si Job Street, alam ko nag-career fair sila a few months ago. I don't know how that went. Pero kung umulit sila, maybe it went well kasi magkakaroon sila ulit. No, maraming taong gustong mag-job. So si Job Street, hindi naman siguro sila mawawalan ng negosyo kasi alam ko yung business model nila is they collect resumes from job seekers and then binibenta nila sa mga companies that apply for their platform, no. I don't think naubusan na naman sila ng pera kasi they have a lot of assets. But during that time, parang recruiters were very hesitant to hire. So they were very picky. Not necessarily they stopped hiring. They were just very picky. And ngayong condition ng market natin, what people say is I lowball myself na lang kasi walang pera ngayong pandemic. That's actually false, no? May pera pa rin yung mga tao ngayong pandemic. It's just that the wealth isn't as equally distributed as before. Most of our wealth.
What do you mean by that?
Kasi dati yung mga industries almost equal distribution before kasi the economy was doing well. Ngayon, hindi na masyadong equal yung distribution. Yung mga essential industries na yung mayaman ngayon kasi they have a lot of business. So, the money of the country went to the essential industries. That's what happened. And sila ngayon yung nag-expand exponentially. And they're providing so much jobs that pay really well. So, does that immediately eliminate the idea na walang pera ngayong pandemic. Yes, kasi meron namang nabubuong jobs. They're just in the industries that are flourishing right now, not available in other industries that aren't flourishing. Mm.
Parang feeling ko na yung kami nasa nalagay, 'di ba sabi mo essential. Kami nalagay kami yata sa non-essential.
Alam mo, yung mga ganyan, you can make yourself essential again. I mean, totoo yan. Kasi kung innovative ka and creative ka as an entrepreneur, you can make yourself essential again. Hanapin mo yung nuances in a human behavior. Alamin mo yung what you have that they need at the moment. That's why, di ba, yung mga hotels, they shifted from staycation to work from hotel. Di ba yung mga ganon? Yung mga ganon na
Tama.
sila. They made themselves relevant. O yun, kumikita na sila ulit. Oo.
Totoo yan. Although kami naman, ngayon, happy naman kami dahil kasi nga we shifted, not naman shifted, but we started offering mga online experiences. We're
Tama
doing
yan.
mga relational gifts. So meron kami mga surprise gifts sa mga jowa. So pag wala kami, madami kasing LDR ngayon, so we try to provide that. So we were nagpapadala sila ng mga jowa gift box. Ang lakas maka segue, no, Dave? Parang na-segue ko kagad hindi oras. Dun sa mga ano.
Just like that, tama yan. That's the best way to innovate. Ang sabi nga nila, when the market is volatile, you have to be fast enough to innovate. Kung di mahuhuli ka. And yung paghuhuli na yan, hindi yan yung tipong, natalo ako, let's try again next semester. Hindi siya ganun eh. Ito yung parang kung natalo ka, ang hirap na bumangon kasi this is your life you're talking about. This is the economy. This is your livelihood, yung mga ganyan.
Hindi siya laro. Iba na ngayon talaga na hindi talaga laro-laro ngayon.
So the economy or the market is demanding you to be more creative para lang makapag-thrive ka ulit.
Ito yung maganda parang ito yung mention mo ng unang-una, parang ito yung evolution. It's an opportunity for you to evolve. Parang nagkaroon ka ng AI pero nga lang circumstances ang nangyari. Pero ngayon the environment is actually encouraging you.
It's forcing you.
Actually, more not encouraging pala. It's forcing you to evolve kung kaya mo mag-evolve.
Ang sinasabi nga ng environment natin ngayon is that kung hindi mo kayang mag-evolve, it's sad, no? Yung environment natin ngayon is kung hindi mo kayang mag-evolve, you die. Literally, you die. Yun yung nangyayari ngayon eh. That's why it's teaching us to still hold on, be creative as much as you can, find solutions faster para you can still survive and thrive at the same time. Mm-mm.
True. Ang galing nga. Ito, may tanong pa ako. So, yung ngayon, for example, now that although I think you mentioned it a while ago, but what are the common problems pa na hinahanap? Usually, like yung di ba, may nalobo sa Twitter nga, di ba, na magkano ba talaga ang babayaran sa isang first time kakapasok pa lang na graduate pa lang. Tapos yung issue is like hinihingi niya salary, I think it's 60,000? Tapos pero 35,000 yung
37.
37 yung parang offering lang yata. Like ano ba yung usually like is it this association ba yan of what the market what you're capable of or what the market wants, or hindi lang alam talaga ng mga recent graduates or mga naghahanap ng trabaho? Ano ba talaga yung standard na bayad talaga sa mga trabaho? Ganun ba nangyayari? I mean, yun lang feeling ko kasi parang ganun ang issue eh. Like walang standardization or hindi alam yung yung standardization ng
Well, yes, the debate about salaries is the most common problem ngayong pandemic kasi nga 'di ba ang daming nagsasabi, ay pandemic wala kaming pera ngayon or yung mga ganon, 'di ba? When it's not necessarily true for everyone, for all companies. It's not true for all companies. But it's only being human. Ayaw mo gumastos masyado, so you use that narrative for your own benefit. I mean, may mga ganun talaga, di ba? So yes, that is one of the most common problems right now, salaries. With regards to yung issue recently about the fresh grad from Ateneo who wanted a 60K salary and was offered 37K, masasabi ko lang, kasi nagtatanong yung mga tao, what's the best salary? Or what's the most fair salary for fresh grads? Sabi ko sa kanila, hindi ko alam eh. Yung sagot ko sa kanila actually is, the best salary or the most fair salary is the one that you as a job seeker and the employer wholeheartedly agree with. As in, walang samaan ng loob. As in, walang namilit sa'yo mag-sign ng job offer na yan and everything. That's the best salary for you kasi ikaw mismo, okay sa'yo yun, masaya ka doon. Yun yung best salary. Walang makapagsabi talaga kung ano yung figure na best. Kasi depende yun sa lifestyle of choice mo, sa scope of work that is given to you, yung mga ganyan, the budget of the company. Pero to make it more concrete, I give people a 3-point checklist. So, the first checklist to know if the salary is the best is, number 1, assess mo muna yung budget that you can plan for yourself. Ano ba yung lifestyle choice mo? Ano bang budget kaya niyan? Second, and also while doing that, you have to check ano ba yung budget ng company. How do you know the budget of the company? Makiramdam ka. Ano ba yung nangyari sa company performance, sa industry performance? How is the pandemic affecting them? Yung mga ganyan. You will have an idea. Actually, minsan malalaman mo kung the company is struggling by just reading news and current events.
Kailangan you do your research talaga.
Yung mga PSE-listed company, for example, napaka-obvious kung nagsistruggle sila kasi tutok na tutok yung news sa kanila. Pero yung mga medium to micro companies, medyo subtle yung hints, pero you can still tell kung struggling sila and kung kumusta yung performance sila. That's how you assess the budget as well. Second on the point checklist is you have to take into consideration market conditions. So actually, social, political, and economic factors affect salaries. Yes, political factors also affect salaries. It's like stocks, no? Na pag may sinabi lang yung isang known figure, may mangyayari sa sa value ng stocks. Ganon din sa salaries. So for example, if one day nagkaroon ng empowerment, may public figure in-empower yung creatives industry, dadami yung mga creatives na gustong ganitong level yung salary nila. We don't control that. We can't say it's wrong, pero that's the behavior that happened because of that instance, di ba? So market conditions you have to check. Third naman yung sinabi ko kanina, na if your talent has the capability to increase salary, reduce cost, and increase stakeholder value, higher chance na mas malaki yung salary na mabigay sa'yo. Why? Kasi pag nag-increase yung revenue, edi yung increased budget, part of it, i-reallocate dun sa employee para ma-motivate siya to still continue increasing the revenue, di ba? Second, yung sa reduced cost. Nung nag-reduce yung cost, may added budget na. I-reallocate yan dun sa employee para sunod-sunod yung cost savings niya, di ba? Stakeholder value. Dahil sa employee na to, nadala niya siguro yung mga milyonaryo ng Pilipinas, naging stakeholder na ng company. Edi ang ganda nun. Baka nagka-investor na yung company. Baka nadagdagan ng business, nadagdagan ng clients, customers. Kung yun ang dahilan ng ayun yung result ng talent ng employee na to, then higher chance na mabigyan siya ng higher salary kasi bawi eh. Lahat ng yun bawi eh. Yung talent mo was able to have me have more money, bawi. So I would be welcome to give you additional salary. So yun yung reasoning behind it, and I think it concretizes everything. What do you think?
Galing, galing. Ngayon napaisip ako dun dami kong ang tawag dun, naka-relate. Na-relate ako sa sabi mo
Tama.
It really pays a lot if you actually do as a even not as a recent graduate. I think even if you're looking for an actual work, that you actually do research as well, not necessarily na parang what's happening in the industry, what's happening in the company, parang it wouldn't take you naman the entire months to actually do a research of how the industry and how the company is actually doing, to give you more or less kasi I think mga industries that are essential now, obviously for healthcare, yun talagang may mga kilala ko yumaman talaga ngayon sa vitamin, nagbebenta lang ng mga vitamins, yumaman na talaga sila ngayon.
Totoo. Yeah, pag all of that leads to the company increasing its value financial value, then you get a bigger piece of the pie. Yun talaga yung
Yeah.
nangyayari. Oo. O, di
Sana
ba?
sana magbilang anghel ka para sa Experience Philippines rin na maging para maging madami pa tayong matulungan.
Oo.
et,
Tama.
ito yung ito naman yung tanong. Ano ba usually like, okay, na, I think you basically touched on it a while ago. But in terms of skill sets, like what are the skill sets naman that you like you feel or you think that is actually more recruiters or people who are looking for new job seekers na ma-offer sila ng trabaho. Ano ba yung essential skills and attributes na
Mm.
kailangan meron sila?
Okay. Google actually said a few months ago that empathy was going to be the most important skill in the job market. Empathy. So medyo
Yan.
mahirap siyang
Yan,
i-grasp, no?
hindi yata lahat ng tao maintindihan ng word ng empathy.
Empathy is being sensitive siguro. I think that's the best way to describe it. Being sensitive kasi kung sensitive ka sa needs of the market, then ang galing mong magtumingin ng opportunity. For example, gusto mo maging negosyante, tapos sensitive ka sa mga tao, for example, na wala silang magandang water bottle. So mag-imbento ka ng water bottle, ibenta mo sa mga tao, tapos bibili nila kasi maganda. O, 'di ba may negosyo ka na just because of
Oo.
your empathy, 'di ba? What else? Kung napansin mo sa pandemic ngayon, everyone went online. So when everyone went online, people are like, "Ha, paano to? Brick and mortar ako usually. Paano to?" 'Di ba? So you help them by offering your creative services or social media marketing services so they can survive in this pandemic as a business. Kunwari ganon. Being sensitive or being empathetic to the needs of the market is a very important skill. And yan yung prerequisite to having a sales skill, to be empathetic. And sales is the number one skill, the number one technical skill in the market. Kasi if you know sales, you know everything. You know how the business works, you know how to make the business survive. Kaya empathy talaga, yung root of it all. If you
Parang
know
ganyan ba?
empathy,
Empathy is equal to sales.
yes, parang ganun. So, if you know empathy, you're good. And let's not demonize the word sales, no? Sales actually means you're providing value. Nagkataon lang binabayaran ka. Yun yung baliktad na hindi naiintindihan ng mga tao. Ay, binebentahan mo lang ako nito kasi gusto mo kumita ng pera. No, what happened is, binebentahan kita nito kasi I want you to solve your problems with it. It just so happens you're paying me kasi, it's an equivalent exchange. Yun yung nangyayari. Kailangan ng equivalent exchange. When you're giving something, you get something in return. Otherwise, ang unfair naman and you don't give me something in return for giving you the solution that you want, 'di ba? So ganon.
O kasi ang feeling kasi minsan parang utang na loob ng bumili sa binilhan.
Mm.
'Di ba? Parang bumili ako sa iyo, so dapat sundan mo yung gusto ko.
Hindi naman ganun. It's all about equivalent exchange, being empathetic to the needs, and happy na yung life natin. Babalik naman tayo sa sinabi natin na we're doing all of this to improve our quality of life.
Tama. I gets. So I think is that the and then that's the advice that you want to share to especially people or students who are going to be graduating soon or people who are looking for new work is that they have this I don't know if you call it a skill set or a mindset.
It's both.
Mindset.
It's a mindset, but it can turn into a skill. Yeah.
Wow, mahirap yata i-develop ang empathy kasi ano yan it's a constant practice.
Constant practice siya.
Parang hindi mo siya ma-develop overnight eh.
Kaya nga, that's why it's an expensive skill. Kung meron ka nun, napaka-valuable
Ako meron akong ganun. Yayaman ba ako?
Well, why not?
Actually, isa sa mga reason ko yung bakit gusto ko rin mag-life coaching rin eh. Gusto ko rin talaga.
Tama yan.
I think it's because of parang one of the hindi naman sa tinataas ang bangko but one of my personal attributes na bigay ni Lord is
Tama.
pinanganak ako na malakas ang empathy.
Tama, tama. Well, that's a very valuable skill. And
Oh,
kaya nandito kaya nga nandito tayo ngayon, 'di ba?
oo. Actually, kaya rin sinabi ko sa umpisa is like, minsan nakakapagod rin kasi when you talk to someone and alam mo yung very the conversation is alam mo pinagdadaanan yung tao rin. I mean, madaming lahat naman tayo pinagdadaanan pero sometimes nga because of your being empathic, you tend to take in also parang hindi mo hindi mo ma-decouple yung sarili mo sa kwento. So pwedeng
Yeah.
nangyari sa pati ikaw na-depress ka rin sa nangyari kasi nga parang problema niya nagiging problema mo na rin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oo. Kaya, ayun, balik tayo sa empathy. It really is important. Mm-mm.
Galing na ano. Galing na ano. Ganda na ating mga usapan ngayon. Nakakatuwa. Natutuwa talaga ako. Pero so ano yung so for example, for Metamorphosis, ano yung ginagawa ng company nyo ngayon? Like, how do you help, or how do you provide this? Like, do you actually teach people, or you give them like when you do sessions, you actually one of the skill sets, empathy, is actually included in that? Parang ganun ba?
Yes, lalo na if they want to have a more higher value in the job market, we
Yeah.
help them figure out how to be their most empathetic.
Pero how do you qualify being empathetic? Like, is there a
You have
way
to
to qualify that?
kailangan kayo unlock sa mind nila eh. Yung tipong you have to unlock their sense of being caring. Medyo mahirap yun eh. Kasi it will involve trying to understand how they grew up as a person. What was their
Oo, kasi ang
childhood
daming
like?
factors nun, di
Oo.
ba? Ang daming
Oo.
factors nun. Who you
Oo.
are, how you grew up, the environment you're in, the
Yung
lifestyle
learning style mo. Oo.
your parents as well, your
Mahirap
family.
yun. Mahirap yun. Kaya nga, program siya, hindi siya enough na session just to develop empathy. Requires
Usually,
a program.
when I say program, how long does it take? A year?
So, kami, minimum of 1 month to a maximum of 3 months.
May session talaga na empathy building session? Empathy building
We don't
program?
call it that. We don't call it that. More of we call it relationship building. Kasi it's part of relationship building. Sales is also relationship building eh.
Totoo, sales na actually tama. Kasi majority of the people who buy from you is not really because many times is actually because of the relationship. You value the trust. You value the trust kasi I trust this person, and why would this person sell me something that's not trustworthy?
Or why will he double cross me? Mga ganyan.
Diba? Bakit mo lulokohin ng tao na to eh? At kilala ko yung ugaling ng tao na to.
Tama.
Totoo yan. And people, like, kaya nga dapat in a company, I think company image wise, it's one of the more very important, I think, is you protect your credibility, or you not protect but improve your credibility, kasi we can
Yes.
always make mistakes, and then you will,
Yes.
as a company, you will always make a mistake, but how you work within that mistake, or how you work within your failures, and how you create that environment where it's okay na nagkamali, is also, I think that's important in terms of building a relationship.
That's right. That's what I keep telling people. At the end of the day, we have all of these things. You improve all of your mindset and everything, but to actually navigate the world, to navigate this country better, and to have the best opportunities for yourself, take care of your relationships. Mm-mm.
Yan, pwede na pala yata ako. Pwede ba mag-apply na sa Metamorphosis?
Maging coach.
Parang feeling ko pwede ako maging coach ngayon ng baka maging successful life coach tayo. Tapos igagawin ko live session, guys. Magko-coaching tayo live.
Dito may manonood.
Ayan. So yun ba? I think I think the last one that I wanted to ask is, like, if you have any message to your job seekers out there, whether they're going to be, or they are going to graduate soon, or they're looking for a new job or new career, what would be the something that you will advise them to work on and that they can work on now?
Okay. Besides the things that we already emphasized in the last few minutes, really, I mean it when I say find what makes you valuable, find the problems that only you have the solution to, And that's what makes you really, really valuable and really, really attractive to the opportunities that you want. I actually did that. Parang I did this webinar before. Tapos, ang kapal talaga ng mukha ko. As in, yung mga audience ko, mga 60 HR professionals, puro matatanda. Mas matanda pa sa akin. Tapos ako, ang lakas ng loob ko magsabi, this is how you do recruitment. Tapos ako, parang ilan lang yung years of experience ko. Sila mga tenured na, seasoned na. Kapal ng mukha ko, no? Pero ano yung sinabi ko sa kanila to actually show them that I have the solution to the problems they have that they don't have? Ang sabi ko sa kanila, I admit it. I don't really have that much years of experience in recruitment. 60 people yan don't have that much experience in recruitment. But you know what I have? What I have is I have a lot of friends from the job market. They're all job seekers. They love me. And the reason why they love me is because I understand them. And that's why lumalapit sila sa akin. And that's your problem, right? Hindi sila lumalapit sa inyo. Lumalapit sila sa akin. You want to know that formula. And that's why you're talking to me now. That's how and that's how you show your value. Tell them ano ba yung solution na meron ka na sa'yo lang. So sabihin mo sa kanila.
Alam mo isa sa mga yung mention mo yan, isa sa na-realize lang. Ang Pinoy, I think it's very common to us that we do not tell them what we're good at. And we downplay that. We downplay what we're good at so that we always appear very humble in front of everyone, and they don't feel that you don't make yourself feel na para kang mayabang or anything like that. Tama ba? Tama yun ba yung parang hindi ko ganun na
common
mindset
yan. Common yan sa mga Pilipino. And that's why they don't really get the best opportunities for themselves sometimes kasi nahihiya silang sabihin na sila lang yung may ganon. Gusto nila, they're just the typical achiever in a job interview. Typical I emphasize on typical. And that's detrimental. Kasi you need to stand out. Hindi naman to pagpapayabang It's just really telling them, ito yung reason why it's worth it to hire me. Dapat ganun yung tone.
Alam ko na. Yung word na sinabi mo, worth it. Kasi they don't feel that it's worth it. Kasi sila mismo, hindi convinced na worth it talaga sila.
Yes, and that's why they need a major mindset shift. That's why this kind of talk is important to them.
Pwede na talaga ako mag-apply talaga, seryoso yan. Feeling ko talaga magiging effective ako magbenta ng financial plans Mga pag maging financial advisor ako, parang idadaan na lang talaga sa mga ganyang kwento.
Well, financial advising is also coaching. It's financial coaching, wealth coaching. Kaya similar framework lahat ng yan.
Galing. I appreciate ko siya. I think na-appreciate ko rin na I think one way that you can actually encourage or help people is actually tell them that this is a common trait, that it's not a very good mindset as well, because that actually tama yung sabi mo instead of increasing opportunity, you actually close the doors to opportunity because you're parang you're happy na lang na binibigay sa iyo yung second rate. Kumbaga sa buffet, may buffet na yung buffet na siguro na yung mga expensive na rare to find na makakain, pinili mo lang yung mga adobo pa rin kasi parang hindi ka deserving sa lobster, parang ganun. I think that's the mindset na madalas nating iniisip, and it's actually not helpful kasi nga frustration wise, tama ba, magiging frustrated ka eventually over time parang alam mo sa sarili mo na kaya mo to pero pinipigilan mo lang sarili mo. Galing
na-overcome yan.
Galing. Nakakatuwa. I really enjoy this conversation.
Me too.
I mean, it's a eye opener for a lot of Filipinos. And I think that's what we need now, especially during this time. Tama yung term mo kanina na madami ngayon nag-shift. Before it's there's an equilibrium. But now nag-shift from nagkaroon ng non-essential and there's an essential market. Although it's a temporary setback, but still mas yumaman na yung mga essential tulad ng healthcare, insurance, yung mga health and wellness, na mga vitamins, mga ganyan. Mga online jobs, ang dami mga online jobs ngayon.
Yeah, that's right.
So, in other words, pero what if hindi siya what if hindi doon nandun yung passion mo? Wala sa essential, pero gusto mong maghanap ng trabaho. nasa non-essential yung trabaho mo.
Ibig sabihin, nasa baba siya ng hierarchy, Maslow's
Nasa
hierarchy of needs. Well, totoo yan. Kung anong gagana sa'yo ngayon, you just build yourself up muna with the resources you have. Then mamaya mo na isipin yung iba na masyadong hard to reach with the available resources you have. What I tell people is, check your available resources. Hindi naman kailangan na yung mga opportunity na ayaw mo yung i-take mo. Check mo lang with your available resources. That includes your happiness, your sanity, your energy, your intellect, not just money and your other needs. Check mo lahat ng yun. And check mo yung available opportunities for you. Yun ang piliin mo. Hindi naman kailangan it's the job you hate. It's a job that makes sense to you na lang. If it's not the job you want, it's the job that makes sense to you. That's how you thrive. You have to take care of yourself, but you can actually contribute.
The word that you use is very like there's a friend posted something before a few weeks back, like months back, about the word now is not the time to thrive, but now is the time to survive. So okay lang ibabaan mo ng konti na wag ka muna mag-thrive. You mean wag ka muna pumunta sa mga bagay-bagay that enhances
luxury.
Oo.
Well, kung kaya mo walang luxury, iba naman yung luxury. Actually, for me, iba yung luxury sa thriving eh. So, kung kaya mong wala yung luxury, wag mo na. Pero if you can thrive, for example, you are happy. Happiness kasi is included in thriving. Sometimes surviving, hindi ka masyadong happy. You're just
Going
checking.
with the flow lang.
Yeah, if you're thriving, you're happy, then you're fine. You don't need the luxuries to have that.
Totoo. Parang enjoy. Parang when you don't compromise also yourself to the point that you become miserable naman.
Tama
Still
yan.
enjoy a certain level of comfort that you like, and then work
That's
on
right.
those things.
That's
So
right.
yeah, I like that. That's really an eye opener and a very important takeaway sa conversation na to. Nakakatawa.
Good.
Oo. Talaga papa-coaching na talaga.
Contact nyo na lang kami.
Oo nga eh. So yeah, maraming salamat. We don't have we're out of time. But if you want to say if you want to have anything that you want to invite people to check you out,
Yes.
maybe it's a good time to do that.
We'd love to see you on our Facebook page. We have a lot of channels, but since we're on Facebook, we'd love to see it on our Facebook page. Just search Metamorphosis Group. Yeah, and that's the website there. You can just check us out, and you'll see a lot of free webinars and a lot of content that you will learn from to help improve your career chances. So, dun muna tayo. If you want to commit to some services, kahit next time na, yan muna. We are building a community, and just seeing you there is enough for us.
Yay! We're very happy that you shared your time, and you shared your time, your knowledge, your wisdom, and your experiences with us in Experience Philippines. I think if there's anyone here among probably who listen, I hope pinakamadaming na enlighten, na madami akong key takeaways sa usapan na to na nakakatuwa kasi nga hindi ko as an entrepreneur, syempre who became part of the non-essential. that's the and how you actually thrive and survive in this whole is really like challenging, super challenging. Hindi siya ganoon kadali.
Yeah.
Pero happy ko nga kay Dave and the rest of the team, like laban lang kasi I think we're doing something good, and I think even though at this point we don't see it yet, let's parang ang measurements na lang natin is for ourselves, like the ones we meet, like you, like sino ba yung nakilala natin, kasi you're building also. Kaya natuwa ako sinabi mo kanina, it's about network. Kaya natuwa rin ako,
Yes.
Yung tama pa lang ginagawa namin.
Yes, tama.
So you're actually, kasi we would have never done this if you were part of their pag naging kampante kami before. Like we would
Tama
never
yan.
actually meet, to be honest. This is
Yes.
going to be an impossibility to actually meet each other.
Yes.
Parang wala
yes.
sa mindset ka nun. So,
Yes.
laking tulong rin ng pandemic sa amin in that
Yeah,
sense. Na,
it brings opportunities. Actually, yung sabi nga nila, when there's a crisis, opportunities arise. It's painful, it's ironic, but opportunities arise in a crisis.
tsaka I think it's because of the ability of the human person to evolve. I think
Yes,
yun ang
yes.
because the challenge is para siyang tama ka eh. Kanina sinabi mo, why metamorphosis? Because you love butterflies. And I think the butterfly doesn't become a butterfly in just a span of, I don't know, in a span of an overnight. And it's a process
Yes,
that they have to go through. And it's a painful
that's right.
process, I suppose, to change it from a caterpillar to a butterfly. No?
That's right.
So I think that's one of the things. Wow, lalim na usapan natin ngayon. Ano ba yan? Napakalalim na usapan ngayon ah. Which is a good thing, which is a good thing. Ayan. So in light of this, we are so thankful for Danica to actually join and then share her knowledge about metamorphosis. So if you guys are interested and you want to figure out lang, no, like let's say you want to figure out what how things are going to be like for you, like how are in terms of career development, or you just want to do like generally the life coaching or general coaching, you can actually get in touch with them. So not just for career development. Tama ba ako? Not just for career development naman, di ba?
Yes.
Madami
Yes.
kasi
Lots of
natatakil
things
rin.
pa. Almost life na.
So yan. So you just reach out to Miss Danica. You can message her in the. I think we put it already in the comment section as well. Yan, may LinkedIn sila kasi active sila sa LinkedIn, and then the Facebook page. Yan,
That's right.
Metamorphosis Group PH. Yun. Ang saya. Nakakatuwa. I really enjoy this conversation.
Me too.
Maraming salamat. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Anika, for actually introducing us and having an opportunity to actually get to meet Miss Anika on this. This is really one of the more super valuable ito isa mga valuable na live stream talaga na ang dami mong key takeaway as a business owner.
Yes.
Dapat pala pag pinapanood dito ng mga kaibigan ko who are business owners.
That's right.
Anyway, so going sa segue lang ako. So may po kami, we are actually just if you guys want to become our experienced Philippine supporter, you can actually support our page by actually just clicking on that link in the comment section. So it actually will help us out, fund for all our activities and all our live streams and projects as well. So yeah, sakas maka-segue talaga.
Nice.
Ayan. So thank you so much, Miss Danica. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat
Thank
sa inyo
you.
at sa inyong team. Well wishes sa inyo at continue pa rin helping more people, especially finding their way and finding their passion and finding that. I think the word that I want to use is finding their point in life. Kasi yung
Yes.
point, that
Purpose
arrow
yun.
point, that
Purpose
arrow
yun.
point is the one that changes everything. And everything makes
Yes.
sense when you have that arrow point. Actually, ngayon ko
Yes.
lang na-discover yan. Ngayon ko na, I had a consultation the other weekend and then doon ko lang na narrow down exactly what the point is. And yung point na yun is actually to entertain. Which is really funny. Because like, napansin ko, lagi kami nasa live stream and all doing all this stuff. Pero actually, madami ka palang tutulungan na hindi ko napapansin rin. Parang, at saka you're happier. I'm more
Yes.
fulfilled doing this kind of thing. Ako parang nag-live session talaga tayong dalawa.
Life
1 hour
coaching.
live session. Oo nga, live coaching eh. So yun, maraming salamat guys. Thanks again for watching Experience Philippines live stream with Danica Octa and Metamorphosis Group PH. So you guys follow her.
Thank you.
That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Pag ka muna magla-log out, we're gonna be taking a photo together.
Okay.
Yan.